Today you will listen to a very special story. This story is called The Farmer Who Built a School. It is a story about hope, kindness, and big dreams, even when life is simple. This story is made for English learners, especially if you are just starting. If you are A1 level, this story is perfect for you. The sentences are short, the words are simple, and the message is beautiful. This story will help you practice reading and listening at the same time. You can read the words on the screen. You can listen to the way they are spoken. You can even repeat after me to improve your pronunciation. This will help you get better step by step. You will also learn new words in English. These words are easy and useful. At the end of the story, we will show you a list of key vocabulary. These words will help you understand more, not only in this story, but in your everyday English. So, sit back, relax, listen carefully, read along, enjoy the story, and most of all, feel the meaning behind the words. Now let's begin our story. The Farmer Who Built a School. Let's see how one simple man in a small village changed many lives with love and a dream. Chapter 1. A simple man in a small village. In a small, quiet village, far away from the busy cities, lived a kind and gentle man. He was a farmer. He worked on the land every day. He woke up before the sun rose and slept after the stars came out. His hands were rough, his feet were tired, but his heart was full of hope. The village was not rich. There were only a few houses. The roads were not smooth. There were no big shops, no buses, no computers. Life was simple. People grew their own food. They helped each other. They lived close to nature. The farmer did not have much money. His house was made of wood and mud. The roof leaked when it rained. The kitchen had only a few pots and pans. But he never complained. He smiled every morning. He thanked the sky for the rain. He thanked the sun for the light. He wore old clothes, washed many times. He ate plain rice with salt. He sat on the floor and ate with his hands. But he always gave food to others. If a traveler came, he shared his meal. If someone was sick, he gave them fruit from his garden. His heart was big, bigger than his house, bigger than his land. Every day he saw children playing on the road. They were full of energy. They ran, they laughed, they shouted with joy. But they did not go to school. There was no school in the village. The nearest one was many miles away. Some parents could not send their children. The journey was too long. The cost was too high. The farmer watched this every day, and he felt something inside. A small pain. A quiet question. Why is there no school here? He thought. He remembered his own childhood. He never went to school. He did not know how to read. He did not know how to write. When he went to the town, he could not read the signs. When he got a letter, someone else had to read it for him. He felt small. He felt left behind. But he also remembered something beautiful. He remembered a time when a traveler came to the village. The traveler sat under a tree and read a book. His voice was calm and warm. The children sat in a circle. Their eyes were wide. They listened with wonder. That one day stayed in the farmer's heart forever. He wanted every child in the village to feel that wonder. He wanted them to learn. He wanted them to read. He wanted them to grow, not just with food, but with knowledge, with dreams. One evening, as the sun went down and the sky turned orange, he sat under a tree. He looked at the field, the children, the sky, and he whispered to himself, "One day there will be a school here." It was a small dream, just a few words in the wind, but it was a powerful dream, a seed planted in his heart. He did not have money. He did not have books. He did not have support, but he had a dream. And sometimes, one strong dream is enough to begin. He started saving a little from each harvest, just a few coins. He stopped buying new clothes. He ate less. He worked more. He saved every little bit. People laughed. They said, "You are only a farmer. You cannot build a school." But he smiled and said nothing. He believed in small steps. He believed in kindness. He believed in the power of dreams. He walked to nearby villages. He asked about teachers. He asked about bricks and wood. He listened. He learned. Slowly, his dream became a plan. Slowly, his hope became action. No one knew yet. The children still played. The parents still worked. But something had started, not in the village, not on the land, but inside one simple man, a man with no money, a man with no name in books, but a man with a big heart. This was the beginning, a simple beginning. But behind it, a big thought was growing. A school was not just a building. A school was a gift, a door, a light, a promise. And one day this farmer, this quiet, kind, unknown man, would give that gift to the children of his village, not with power, not with money, but with love, patience, and a dream that refused to die. Chapter 2. The Sad Sight. Every morning as the sun rises, the farmer walks to his field. The ground is still wet with morning dew. Birds sing softly in the trees. The sky is light blue and calm. It is a new day, a day for work, a day for hope. He carries his tools. His hands are strong but tired. He bends down and begins his work, planting, watering, cleaning, the same work he has done for many years. He loves his land. It feeds him, it teaches him, it gives him peace, but something breaks his heart. Not far from his field, he sees small children, boys and girls, not in uniforms, not with books, but with tools, with baskets, with heavy loads. These children are not going to school. They are not learning math. They are not reading stories. They are working. Some carry water. Some cut grass. Some help their parents plant seeds. Their hands are small, but their work is big. Their faces are quiet. Their eyes do not shine. Their feet are bare. Their dreams, the farmer thinks, may be sleeping inside them. Every morning he sees the same thing, children in the fields, not in classrooms. One day, a small boy walks past the farmer's field. He carries a big basket of vegetables. The basket is heavy. The boy looks tired. The farmer smiles and says hello. The boy smiles back. Then he walks away. The farmer watches him go. He feels a deep sadness. That boy should be in a school, he thinks. He should be reading a book. He should be drawing pictures. He should be playing with friends. Another day, a girl is picking flowers to sell. Her hands move quickly. She works like an adult. The farmer wonders, can she read her own name? Can she write a letter to a friend? He knows the answer. Most of these children cannot read or write. They do not know the world outside the village. They do not know history or science. They do not know how big their minds can grow. And this thought hurts him. It hurts more than a cut, more than hunger. It is a quiet pain, a pain in the heart. He remembers when he was a child. He worked in the same way, in the fields, in the sun, with no books, no pencils, no classroom, no teacher. He remembers the day someone asked him to write his name. He could not do it. His hands were strong, but they did not know letters. His heart was full, but he could not write the words inside. He felt small. He felt left out. That memory never left him. Now he sees it again. In these young eyes, in these tired faces. The same story is repeating, again and again. And he asks himself, will it always be like this? One day he sits under a tree during his break. He watches the children from far away. Some laugh, some cry. Some carry firewood, some carry water pots. He feels the wind on his face. It is soft, but his thoughts are heavy. What will happen to them, he wonders. When they grow up, what life will they live? He knows. Without education, their choices are small. Their voices are quiet. Their power is weak. He does not blame the children. He does not blame the parents. They are poor. They are trying to survive. But something inside him says, we must give them more. We must give them a chance. That night, he cannot sleep. The images of the children stay in his mind. He thinks about their future. He thinks about their dreams. He thinks about the school that does not exist. And again, a voice inside him speaks. A school. They need a school. He gets up and walks outside. The stars are bright. The village is silent. The earth feels cool under his feet. He looks up and whispers, they need a school. It is not just an idea now. It is a feeling, a calling, a responsibility. He thinks of one child, then he thinks of 10. Then he thinks of all the children in the village, and those in the next village, too. How many lives could change, he wonders. How many doors could open? That next morning, when he sees the children again, he does not just feel sadness. He feels a quiet strength. He knows what he must do. He cannot build the school in one day. He cannot teach all the subjects. But he can begin. He can believe. He can try. He looks at his small house. He looks at his tools. He looks at his empty field. Then he looks at the children. And in his heart, he promises them something. You will not carry only water, he says in his mind. You will carry books, too. You will not only dig the soil, you will dig ideas. You will plant seeds of knowledge. He smiles, just a little. The road ahead is long. The journey is not easy. But he is not afraid. Because love is not afraid. And when one man sees sadness in the eyes of a child and chooses to act, something beautiful begins. Chapter 3. Remembering his father's words. One afternoon, the farmer sits alone under the old tree near his field. The wind moves gently. The leaves above him dance in the breeze. The birds are quiet now. The sun is soft, not too hot. It is a peaceful moment. He holds a cup of water in his hand. He looks out across the land. Far away, he sees the same children, still working, still helping their families, still without books, still without a school. And then a memory comes to him, clear and strong. He remembers a voice, a kind voice, a voice full of wisdom. It was his father's voice. Long ago, when the farmer was a small boy, he once sat beside his father after a long day of work. They were tired. Their hands were dirty. Their clothes were simple, but their hearts were close. That evening, his father looked at the stars and said something the boy never forgot. Education, his father said, is the seed of a better life. The boy did not fully understand those words at the time, but he never forgot them. He carried them inside his heart like a treasure. Now, sitting under the same sky, the farmer whispers those words again. Education is the seed of a better life. He closes his eyes. He sees his father's face. He sees the lines of hard work. He hears his voice full of hope. He remembers the gentle touch on his shoulder. That moment never left him. His father never went to school, but he knew the truth. He knew that with education, a child can grow. A child can think. A child can dream bigger dreams. The farmer opens his eyes. The words feel stronger now, like a quiet fire in his heart. Education is the seed, he repeats. He looks at the soil near his feet. It is the same soil he plants crops in. If he puts a seed into this soil, waters it, and cares for it, a plant will grow. A tree will rise. A fruit will appear. So, he thinks, can I plant a seed like that in the minds of children? His answer is yes. He wants to give the children something good, not money, not gifts, but something that will last forever. A chance. A chance to learn, a chance to read, a chance to grow. He stands up and walks slowly around his land. It is not much, but it is enough. He thinks about his crops, his tools, his time. Then he thinks about the children again, their tired eyes, their quiet smiles, their future waiting in the dark. He knows he cannot do everything, but he can do something. He touches his chest. He feels his heart beating. Strong, full, brave. He smiles. Father, he says softly, I will do it. I will plant the seed you spoke of. That night, as the stars shine bright, the farmer lights a small candle in his house. He takes out a notebook. It is old and thin, but tonight it becomes special. He writes down his dream: build a school for the village children, a place where they can learn, a place where they can feel safe, a place where they can grow. He looks at the words, simple words, but they carry deep meaning. He writes more: no child should miss the chance to learn. Every child has the right to education. I may not be a teacher, but I can be the builder of their future. He puts down the pen. He feels proud. He feels alive. The next morning, he begins to talk to people in the village. He tells them his dream. Some people smile. Some laugh. Some say, it's too hard. Others say, you don't have money. But a few say, it's a good idea. The farmer does not stop. He remembers his father's words again and again. Education is the seed of a better life. And like a seed, he knows, it starts small. But with care, with time, it can become something big. He begins to save money, just a little every day. He works harder in the field. He eats less. He buys fewer things. He tells himself, this money is not for me. It is for their books. It is for their chairs. It is for their blackboard. When he feels tired, he thinks of the children. When he feels weak, he thinks of his father. And when he feels alone, he remembers his dream. The days pass, slowly, quietly. But something is growing, not in the soil, but in the heart. The farmer walks through the village with a calm face. Behind his eyes, a fire burns, a fire made of love, memory, and purpose. And every time he sees a child, he silently repeats his promise. You will learn, you will grow, you will rise. And somewhere, far in the sky, maybe his father watches and smiles. Chapter 4. The Big Dream. in a small heart. The sun rises slowly over the small village. The morning light touches the trees, the roofs, and the fields. The farmer wakes up early as always, but today feels different. Today he feels something stronger inside him, a big dream in his small heart. He walks outside and looks at the sky. It is wide, open, and free. He takes a deep breath. His dream is now clear. He wants to build a real school, with walls, a roof, desks, books, and blackboards. A school where children can sit, learn, and smile. A school that brings light to their future. He knows this is not easy. He is just a simple farmer. He has no money. He has no power. But he has something very important: hope. He starts telling people about his dream. He walks to his neighbors. He speaks to the shop owner. He talks to the old man near the tea stall. He tells them, "I want to build a school for the children." At first, people laugh. "A school?" they ask. "But you are just a farmer." Some smile kindly, some shake their heads, some walk away. "You don't have land. You don't have money. You don't know anything about schools." He hears it again and again. "You are just a farmer." But the farmer does not stop. He does not feel angry. He does not feel small. Because deep inside, his heart is strong. He remembers the children in the fields. He remembers the look in their eyes that want to learn. He remembers his father's words: "Education is the seed of a better life." So, he keeps dreaming. Every evening, he works in his small field. He saves every coin he can. He eats less. He walks instead of taking the cart. He sells a few old tools. Slowly, he begins to collect money, not for himself, but for the children. He uses an old jar and hides it in his small room. Every day, he puts a few coins inside. He calls it the school jar. Sometimes, when he feels tired, he looks at the jar. It gives him hope. But the road is hard. One day, he visits a builder in the town and asks, "How much does it cost to build one room for a school?" The builder tells him the price. It is too high, much more than the farmer has. He walks home slowly that day. His feet are heavy, his eyes are tired, but he does not give up. He sits under his favorite tree, the one where he always thinks clearly. He tells himself, "Maybe I cannot build the whole school now, but I can build one wall, then the next, then the roof, slowly, with love, with time." He believes something deep in his heart. Big dreams can grow in small hearts. He starts asking people for help again. This time, he does not feel sad when they laugh. He knows not everyone understands a dream in the beginning. He starts drawing simple plans on paper: a classroom, a door, a few desks, a window for light. He does not know architecture, but he knows love. He shows the paper to a teacher from another village. The teacher says, "Your idea is good. It is simple. It is beautiful." The farmer smiles. This is the first time someone says something kind about his dream. He feels a small victory in his heart. He asks the teacher, "Will you come and teach if the school is ready?" The teacher thinks for a moment, then says, "Yes. If there is a school, I will come." That night, the farmer adds more coins to his jar, and something else is added too: faith. He begins collecting wood, old wood from broken homes, extra bricks from his cousin's house, stones from the river. Everything is useful. Everything has a place in his dream. One evening, a child walks up to him and asks, "Is it true? You will make a school?" The farmer kneels and smiles. "Yes," he says. It is true. Can I come to your school? The child asks. Yes, you can, the farmer replies. Will we have books? Yes. Will we have a teacher? Yes. Will we be happy? The farmer looks at the child's eyes and says, yes, very happy. That night he cannot sleep. His heart is full. People still laugh. They still say, you are just a farmer. But he now knows something. Even a farmer can grow more than crops. A farmer can grow dreams. A farmer can grow futures. A farmer can build a school. He may have only a small house, small hands, and small money. But his heart is big. And inside that heart, the dream is alive. Chapter 5. Starting with a small step. The wind is soft, and the sun shines gently on the field. The farmer stands quietly, looking at the ground under the big tree near his home. His hands are rough, his clothes are simple, but his eyes are filled with purpose. He does not have a school building yet. He does not have many books. He does not have desks or chairs. But he has something more important, a strong heart and a clear dream. He tells himself, I cannot build everything today, but I can start with a small step. So he begins. He takes a little money from selling his crops. Not much, just a small part. He walks to the nearby town. There, he buys a few important things: 3 notebooks, some pencils, and 1 small blackboard. He also finds a second-hand chalk box. He spends all his saved coins, but he smiles. It is the first step toward something beautiful. He brings everything home, holding the blackboard tightly in his hands like a treasure. The next morning, he walks to the tree with the blackboard. He places it against the trunk. He lays the notebooks on a stone. He waits. Soon, 3 children come. They are shy at first. Their clothes are dusty. Their eyes are wide with curiosity. The farmer greets them with a big smile. Come, he says gently. Today, we start learning. The children sit on the ground. No desks, no walls, just the sky above and the green earth below. But the moment is special. It is the beginning of something new. He picks up the chalk and writes the first word on the board, A. He turns to the children and says, Repeat after me, A. A, the children say, smiling. He teaches them the alphabet, 1 letter at a time, then simple words, then numbers. The blackboard becomes full of white chalk marks, full of dreams and hope. Day by day, he continues. He wakes up early to work in the field. After his work is done, he cleans his hands and walks to the tree. The children are always there, waiting. He teaches them letters, words, numbers, and small stories. Sometimes he draws pictures to help them understand. Sometimes he sings simple songs. They laugh, they learn, they grow. Other villagers walk by and watch. Some smile, some shake their heads. He's teaching under a tree. They whisper. It's just 3 children. But the farmer does not care. He knows something important. Every big thing starts small. Under that tree, he is planting seeds, not in the ground, but in the hearts of children. And those seeds will grow. One afternoon, after a lesson, a little boy stands up and says, I want to be a teacher like you. The farmer's eyes fill with tears. He says softly, You will be. Just keep learning. That night, he sits outside and looks at the sky. He feels tired, but also full of joy. His dream has started, not with a building, not with many students, but with a blackboard, 3 children, and love. One day, a mother comes to him. My daughter wants to learn too, she says. The next day, the small class becomes 4, then 5, then 6. Soon, there are too many to fit under the small tree. But the farmer does not stop. He moves the class to a larger tree near the river. The children sit on mats made from old sacks. The farmer brings more notebooks, more chalk, and more hope. The children smile more now. They read short sentences. They write their names. They dream. One girl says, "I want to be a nurse." Another boy says, "I want to read every book in the world." And the farmer listens. He nods. He believes in each dream. He still hears people say, "He's just a farmer." But now, more people stop and watch. They see the children writing. They hear the children reading. And something changes in their hearts. One man brings some books. Another gives a small mat. An old lady offers a bag of chalk. The farmer's simple step has started something bigger. He tells himself each day, one small step, one small hand, one small voice can start a change. The tree becomes more than a tree. It becomes a place of light. It becomes a classroom, a place where dreams are born. And all this started because one farmer took one small step. He still works in the field. He still eats simple food. He still lives in a small house. But now, when he closes his eyes at night, he knows. He is doing something that matters. He is teaching. He is changing lives. And the biggest change started with just 3 children, a blackboard, and a dream that never gave up. Chapter 6. The village begins to notice. The morning sun shines through the leaves of the big tree. Birds sing in the branches above. Children sit on the ground with bright eyes and wide smiles. They are ready to learn. What started with 3 children has now grown 5, 10. Now 15 children come every day. Some are very young. Some are older. But all of them are happy to sit under the tree with books in their hands. The farmer stands in front of them with his small blackboard. His hands are rough from work, but he holds the chalk gently. He writes slowly and clearly. He speaks with love and care. The children repeat his words. They laugh when they make mistakes. They cheer when they learn something new. This small place under the tree becomes full of joy. And little by little, the village begins to notice. One morning, an old man walks by with a basket of fruits. He stops and watches. He sees the children reading out loud. He says to the farmer, "You are doing something good." The farmer smiles. "I am only teaching what I know." Another day, a young mother comes. She stands at a distance, holding her baby. "My son wants to join too," she says softly. The farmer nods. "Bring him tomorrow. Let him learn." And so, the next day, her son comes. He sits beside the others, listening carefully. News spreads. More parents begin to talk. "Have you seen the children learning under the tree?" "Yes. My daughter can now write her name. My son can count to 20. Soon, parents who once said, "He's just a farmer," now say, "He's doing something wonderful." Some come with small gifts. One brings a bag of wood. "This can be used to make benches," he says. Another brings an old table. "Maybe this can hold your books," she offers. A group of women sew cloth mats so the children don't sit on the hard ground. One man offers to fix the blackboard stand. Another brings clean water for the children to drink. Even those who have little want to help. Some offer time. Some offer food. Some offer kind words. The farmer never asked for help. But kindness grows like a fire. It spreads when people feel its warmth. and now many hearts are warm. One Sunday, the farmer is surprised. He comes to the tree early, like always, but he sees something new. The children and their parents are there, cleaning the area, arranging stones in a circle, hanging up pictures made by the students. The farmer smiles wide. "You did all this?" he asks. A boy says, "We wanted to help." "You help us every day." The farmer's heart fills with emotion. He does not say much. He only nods and wipes a small tear from his cheek. Now, the school under the tree looks special. There is a place for each child to sit. There are books neatly placed on a shelf made of wood. There are drawings hanging from a rope tied between two trees. The classroom is still open to the sky. No roof, no walls, but it is full of hope and love. The village begins to change. Children wake up early, not to work in the fields, but to go to the tree and learn. They walk with notebooks in hand and dreams in their eyes. Parents now smile with pride. "My daughter reads to me at night," one mother says. "My son counts our chickens without help," another laughs. And the farmer watches it all with quiet joy. He still works hard in his field. He still eats simple meals. But now he knows something deep in his heart. He is not just growing crops. He is growing minds. Some evenings people gather near the tree. They sit and listen to the children read aloud. The little voices rise in the air like music. One child reads a story about a lion and a mouse. Another writes a short poem about rain. The village claps and cheers. The tree is no longer just a tree. It is the heart of the village. The farmer does not take credit. When people thank him, he only smiles and says, "I'm just doing what I can." But inside, he knows the truth. A small act, done with love, can move many hearts. And his one small step has now become many steps, taken together by the whole village. One night, after a long day, he sits outside his home and looks at the stars. The sky is clear. The air is quiet. But his heart is full. He remembers when he stood alone with a chalkboard and 3 children. Now, there are many children, and many hands helping. He whispers to himself, "When you give with love, the world gives back." And with that thought, he closes his eyes and dreams of a better tomorrow. Chapter 7. Brick by Brick. The sun rises slowly over the hills. The farmer stands on his small land and looks at the open field. He holds a quiet dream in his heart. Under the big tree, many children now come to learn. The blackboard, the wooden shelves, and the happy voices fill the air. But when the wind is strong or the rain falls, the children must go home early. There is no roof, no walls. The farmer thinks deeply. These children need more than just a tree. They need a real classroom, a place that keeps them safe, dry, and warm. He looks around his land. This land is small. He grows food on it to live. But now he sees it with new eyes. He takes a deep breath. If I can give this land for the children, maybe something new can grow, something better than crops. That very day, the farmer clears a small corner of his field. He tells the children and parents, "This is where the school will stand." People are surprised. "You will give your land?" The farmer nods. "This land has helped me live. Now, it can help children learn." No one laughs this time. They see his heart. They feel his hope. The next day, something beautiful happens. A man brings a shovel. A woman brings a few bricks. Another brings a bag of cement. Soon, many hands come to help. Some carry water. Some bring stones. Some dig the ground. Some bring old wood from broken houses. Even children help. They carry small things. They bring joy with their laughter. Day by day, the dream takes shape. One man says, "I know how to lay bricks." Another says, "I can paint walls." And someone else adds, "I will make a door." The work is slow. The sun is hot. Their clothes get dirty, but no one stops. They work together, old and young, men and women, rich and poor. There is no big machine, no government help, no money from outside, only hearts, hands, and hope. Each brick they lay is a step toward the dream. Each wall they raise is a promise to the children. Each nail they hammer is a sound of change. And the farmer watches all this quietly. He joins the work too. He carries bricks. He mixes cement. He helps build what he once only saw in his dreams. One evening, as the sun sets, a small classroom stands tall. It is not big. It is not perfect. The floor is still simple. The windows are small, but it is strong. It is safe, and it is full of love. The farmer looks at it. His clothes are dusty. His hands are rough, but his eyes shine with joy. He says softly, "This is just the beginning." People hear his words. They smile. They nod. Yes, it is just the beginning. Because now the village knows something powerful. One person's dream can grow when others believe in it. The next day, the children sit inside the classroom for the first time. Their eyes are wide. They look at the walls. They touch the desk. They sit on wooden benches made by their own fathers and uncles. They look at the blackboard and smile. The farmer walks in slowly. He looks at them and says, "Welcome to your school." The children clap. Their voices echo in the small room like music. It is a big moment, for them, for their parents, and for the farmer. Later, people gather outside. They bring food and flowers. There is no big party, no music band, but there is happiness, pure, deep, and real. One old woman holds the farmer's hand. "You have built more than a room," she says. "You have built hope." The farmer lowers his head. "I did not build it alone," he says. "We built it together." The village now feels different. The land feels different. The people feel different. Because now, there is a place where children can grow, where dreams can begin. That night, the farmer walks outside. The stars shine above. The new school stands quietly under the moonlight. He sits on a stone and looks at it. He remembers his father's words. Education is the seed of a better life. And now that seed is planted. Not in the soil of the ground, but in the minds of the children. He smiles. "This is just the beginning," he whispers again. And the stars seem to shine a little brighter. Chapter 8. A Visit from a Stranger. The morning is warm. Birds sing in the trees. Children are laughing inside the small classroom. The farmer stands near the doorway, watching them read from simple books. He smiles. This school, built with love, now has life. Each day, more children come. The room is small, but their dreams are big. One afternoon, as the children are reading, someone new walks into the village. He is not from here. He wears clean shoes and carries a small bag. He looks around, taking photos of the green fields, the muddy roads, and the children playing. He sees the classroom. He stops. He watches as the farmer teaches with a stick, pointing at words on the blackboard. The children repeat after him, smiling and learning. The stranger's eyes widen. He steps closer and says, "Excuse me, is this a school?" The farmer nods and replies kindly, "Yes, it is. A small one, but full of heart." The stranger walks in slowly. He looks at the walls, the blackboard, the simple desks. Everything is basic, but clean. He sees books stacked in one corner. He sees children sharing pencils. He sees joy in their eyes. The farmer tells him the story, how it all started under a tree, with only a few books and big dreams. The stranger listens. He says nothing for a while. Then, he says softly, "I travel to many places. But this is special." He takes more photos of the children reading, of the blackboard with chalk writing, of the farmer teaching with quiet strength. He even takes a photo with the farmer and some of the children. Later that evening, the stranger thanks the farmer and leaves the village. No one knows his name. No one knows what he will do. But something amazing happens the next morning. The farmer is cleaning the classroom when a young man from the nearby town rides in on a motorbike. He stops and says, "Are you the one teaching children here?" The farmer nods. The young man smiles and says, "Your story is everywhere. That visitor posted about your school online. People saw it. People are talking about it." The farmer is surprised. Talking? Why? The young man replies, "Because they are touched. You are a farmer, but you built a school with your heart. They are inspired." In the next few days, more visitors come. Some bring books. Some bring chairs. One woman gives a big box full of pencils, notebooks, and chalk. A man in a white shirt hands the farmer an envelope. "This is a small donation," he says, "to help you buy more things for the school." The farmer opens it later. Inside is money, more than he has ever held in his hands. He does not speak. He just closes his eyes and thanks the sky above. The children now sit on chairs instead of the ground. They write on clean notebooks. They have new pencils, and the blackboard is bigger now. The classroom is still small, but it feels big because it is filled with kindness. The village people are amazed. One man says, "The world knows about us now." Another adds, "One small act brought a big change." The farmer does not change. He still works in the field. He still teaches every day. He still walks the same dusty path to school. But inside, he feels something new. He feels that his small village is now part of something bigger. One evening, a child runs to him and says, "Teacher, look, this book is from the city. It has so many pictures." The farmer opens the book. He sees colorful pages and beautiful words. He nods and says, "Yes, and it is for you." The children now learn about the sea, the stars, animals, and even other countries. Their eyes shine brighter. The farmer stands at the door and watches them. He thinks, "A stranger came and gave us hope." He looks at the walls, the new books, the happy faces. He remembers the day he started under a tree with just 3 children. And now, look how far they have come. He whispers to himself, "When you do something with love, the world sees it." That night, as the stars shine, the farmer sits outside the classroom. The building stands strong in the moonlight. He doesn't know the stranger's name, but he knows the gift he brought, a light that made their dream grow faster. And deep in his heart, the farmer feels thankful, not just for the help, but for the message. No act of love is too small. The world is watching. And somewhere far away, The stranger looks at the photo of the small classroom on his phone and smiles. Chapter 9. The First School in the Village. The sun rises over the village, casting golden light across the fields. The sound of birds fills the air. But today, something is different. Children are not in the fields. They are not running through the grass. Instead, they are walking with books in their hands. Their faces are bright. Their eyes are full of joy. They are going to school. Yes, a real school, the first one in the village. The school now has 4 strong walls and a tin roof. It is not big, but it is beautiful. Inside, there are wooden desks and clean chairs. A new blackboard hangs on the wall. Sunlight comes through the windows and makes the room feel warm and alive. The farmer stands at the front of the room. His heart is full. He looks at the children, more than ever before. 10, 20, 30 students now come every day. They laugh, they talk, they sit, they learn. And today, he is not alone. Another teacher has joined him. She is kind and full of energy. She heard about the farmer's school from the city and came to help. She says, "I want to teach. I want to be part of this dream." The farmer cannot believe it. For so long, he worked by himself, under a tree, then in a small classroom. And now, someone else shares the dream. Together, they take turns teaching. He teaches reading and farming lessons. She teaches writing and numbers. The children sit up straight. They raise their hands. They read aloud with bright voices. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their voices fill the classroom like music. During break time, the children eat simple meals and run outside. Some play with small balls made from old cloth. Some sit under trees and read books. Some help sweep the floor and clean the chalkboard. The school is more than just a building. It is a place of hope. It is a place of dreams. One small boy walks up to the farmer and says, "Sir, I want to be a teacher like you." The farmer kneels down, smiles, and says, "Then study well. This is your first step." The children's parents begin to see changes too. Their sons and daughters now read signs at the market. They write their names. They ask questions. They smile more. One mother says, "My daughter teaches me new words every night." Another father says, "My son shows me numbers on his fingers." The school is changing the whole village, slowly, day by day. Villagers now feel proud. They built this school together, with their hands, their hearts, their hopes. The teacher writes the date on the blackboard each morning. She draws pictures to help the children understand new words. She listens with patience and explains again if someone does not understand. One day, the farmer walks in and sees something that makes his eyes water. The children are standing in a line. One by one, they are reading a short poem out loud. Their voices are clear. Their hands are steady. Books are friends, kind and true. They help me learn. They help me do. The farmer claps softly. He cannot believe what he sees. These same children, some who once worked in the fields, are now reading poems. He thinks of the past, of the days when there was no school, of the times when he sat alone under a tree with 3 children and a blackboard, and now, this, a classroom, a roof, desks, books, smiles, a second teacher, and so many children learning. That night, the farmer sits outside the classroom. The stars shine above. He closes his eyes and thinks, "This is no longer just my dream. It is now their dream too." He looks at the classroom and whispers, "This is the first school in the village. But it will not be the last." A soft breeze blows through the trees. Somewhere nearby, a child is reading to her younger brother. Somewhere else, a boy is writing numbers in the sand. The school is alive, even after the sun sets. And the farmer knows, this is the beginning of something beautiful. Chapter 10. The Farmer's Smile. The sky is blue. The sun is high. The birds are singing softly in the trees. The village is quiet, but not the little school. Laughter comes from the open windows. Voices read from books. A bell rings. Children run outside to play. The farmer stands at the edge of the schoolyard. He does not speak. He only watches. He sees boys and girls playing with joy. He sees children sitting at desks, reading books with big eyes. He sees the teacher writing on the blackboard. He sees little hands raised high, ready to answer questions. And slowly, a smile comes to his face. He remembers everything. He remembers the sad days when children worked in the fields. He remembers the words of his father. Education is the seed of a better life. He remembers how people laughed at him. You are just a farmer. You cannot build a school. He remembers teaching under a tree. He remembers saving coins from his crop sales. He remembers every brick, every piece of wood, every drop of sweat. And now he stands here, quiet and full of peace. A little boy runs past him. Then he stops, looks up at the farmer, and waves. The farmer waves back. Just then, a visitor walks up to him. She is from the town. She has come to see the school that everyone talks about. She watches the happy children, the strong building, the clean desks. She looks at the farmer and asks, "Why did you do all this?" The farmer looks at her for a moment. His eyes are warm. His voice is soft. He says, "Because every child deserves a chance." The visitor does not say anything. She only nods. She understands. The farmer turns his eyes back to the school. A young girl is reading out loud in front of the class. He listens. "I go to school. I read each day. I learn. I grow. I find my way." The farmer closes his eyes for a second. A small tear falls from the corner of his eye. But he is not sad. He is full of something else. Joy. Hope. Love. He walks slowly away from the school. He follows the dirt path back to his small home. The sun shines on his face. The wind is gentle. Children wave at him as he walks. Some call out, "Teacher! Teacher!" But he says nothing. He only smiles. Because deep inside, he knows something beautiful. His dream came true. He was just a farmer. He had no money, no training, no power. But he had a heart full of hope. He believed in something simple, that every child should learn, that every child should smile, that every child should dream. And now they do. That night, he sits under the stars. The school stands tall in the moonlight. He looks at it and smiles again. He thinks, one dream, one small step, and 100 lives changed. He knows the school will grow. More teachers will come. More books will arrive. More dreams will be born. But for now, he is content. He has done something that will last, not in stone, not in wood, but in hearts. In little hearts that now know the power of reading, the joy of learning, and the light of hope. He closes his eyes, and the farmer smiles. Key vocabulary for A1 learners. People. Farmer. A person who grows food and takes care of animals. Child, children. A young person, young people. Teacher, someone who helps others learn. Parents, a mother and father. Stranger, a person you do not know. Visitor, someone who comes to see a place. People, more than one person. Places, village, a small town. Home, where someone lives. School, a place where children learn. Field, a big open area for farming. City, a big town with many people. Things, book, something you read. Desk, a table for writing or reading. Blackboard, a board a teacher writes on. Chair, a seat. Roof, the top part of a building. Brick, a small block used to build. Classroom, a room for learning. Ideas and feelings. Dream, something you hope for. Hope, to want something good. Smile, to show you are happy. Happy, feeling good or joyful. Kind, nice and helpful. Strong, having power. Quiet, not loud. Sad, not happy. Laugh, to smile and make a happy sound. Pain, a bad feeling. Chance, an opportunity. Actions, build, to make something. Teach, to help someone learn. Read, to look at words and understand them. Write, to make words with a pen or chalk. Help, to give support. Walk, to move with your feet. See, to look at something. Hear, to use your ears. Learn, to know something new. Grow, to become bigger or better. Share, to give to others. Time words, every day, all days. Morning, the start of the day. Night, when it is dark. Slowly, not fast. Again, one more time. Beginning, the start. Now, this moment, nature and weather. Sun, the light in the sky during the day. Sky, the space above us. Stars, bright lights in the night sky. Wind, moving air. Tree, a tall plant with branches. Land, the ground. Path, a small road or walkway. Useful phrases. Just a farmer. Because every child deserves a chance. This is just the beginning. Education is the seed of a better life. One small step can change a life. Thank you for listening to the story, The Farmer Who Built a School. It was a story about a kind man, a man with little money, but a big heart. He saw a problem in his village. He did not wait. He did not blame others. He took one small step, and slowly, step by step, his dream came true. This story is not just about a school. It is about hope, hard work, and believing in yourself. Even if you have nothing, you can still give something. Even if you are only one person, you can still change the world. And remember, this video is not only a story. It is also your reading and listening practice. You listened to the words. You read along with the voice. And now, your English is getting stronger. Slowly. Step by step. Just like the farmer. At the end of every story on this channel, we help you more. So now, we will show you some key vocabulary. These are useful words from the story. Perfect for A1 learners like you. Please write them down. Practice them. Use them in your own sentences. And most important, keep going. Keep learning. Because one small step today can become something big tomorrow. This is Read and Learn English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.